This week on Cars and Things Restos, we've got a new project. Welcome to Summit X35! Cars and Things Restos. Well, I've been asked to do a job for a mate. I went and had a look at it. He's been left stranded, as everybody does. They get some work done and they get left stranded halfway through the job. Let's have a look at it. Alright, here it is. So she's already painted and it's a pretty nice job. I know the bloke who painted it. He's very, very talented. He is an actual crash repairer and he did this resto for a mate of mine. And it's very, very nice. He's done a really, really good job. Okay, so the job that we have been given is to put it together. He wants it to, it needs to be he wants it to get running and put it all back together, because he had someone have a look at it or started it, and they got so far and then they pulled the pin. All right, let's show you what's under the hood. Yuck! So that's where they've got. It looks to me like it's a rod shot conversion kit with an LS1. I think that was out of a VY Club Sport, I think he said. I'm not 100% sure. It's got the 241 heads on it. So that's as far as they've got. They've got it in there. It's got a wiring harness all sort of sitting in there as well, so I've got a bit of work to do to get this running. It's got no fuel tank in it at the moment. It's getting a fuel tank made. But what I said to him, I said, you got this beautiful car, engine bay's half done, chassis is just stock as a rock, flat black, and it looks quite ugly. Apart from that, LS1 with a dirty old ugly fucking intake on it, they look crap. So I said to him, well, what I think we need to do, I think we need to rip the engine and gearbox out of it, the front off it, and I want to paint all the chassis nice gloss black to match the inner guards. Then we want to go old school. I want to make it look old school. So I'm thinking of an intake with a throttle body on top of it with an air cleaner, and maybe covers like I've got on what I had on Mako's engine to hide the coils and everything. So that's one plan. The only problem I've got is I'm just not sure how much clearance I've got under the bonnet. That's the problem. I don't know if we can get a low enough manifold and a low enough throttle body with a drop base to clear it all under the bonnet. I'm just not 100% sure, but anyway, that's what we would like to do to it. It's probably what we'll try first off, see if we can make it work. If it won't work, then we'll have to go in a different direction. But there you go. It's a nice looking car. It's been done. I'm pretty sure it's an original Monaro too, HQ Monaro 4-door. He does still have the original engine. That is being thrown around as well, whether we put all that back in it. We're not 100% sure at this stage, but we're just playing with ideas of what we're going to do. But look, it's pretty neat. There are a couple of things that I would have done a little different. Like if you have a look here, it's had like scuff plates screwed on here. I would have welded those holes up. I wouldn't have had them scuff plates. I would have pissed all them off. But you know, that's okay. That's people's preference. But it is, you know, I would have. I think he's got the original Monaro badges to put on it, so that's not a big problem. I'm pretty sure it's got a full exhaust system already done on it. So there you are. Tail shaft is over there. got a few bits and pieces here we've got to get back it in. There's a radiator. I don't know if that's going to do the job, that radiator. We'll have to see. But anyway, there's another project we've got to get done. We're going to slowly get into this and build it all up for him. I think he wants me to do a custom dash in it too. Can't remember. I don't know why. I would leave it with the original HQ Monaro dash in it, just paint it all up nice and smick. But anyway, each to their own. We'll do what the customer wants. I can only advise him as he goes along. He did say that he didn't care. He really didn't want to take it to car shows and lift the bonnet. He wasn't too fussed under there, and I said that's because they are ugly. You don't want to lift the bonnet when they're in it because they look ugly. Let's make it look old school, and you will want to lift the bonnet when we take it to car shows. So that's what I want to do. That's my goal. You really just don't know what I've got to do under the bonnet here to get clearance. I don't really want to cut his bonnet up. We don't want a hole in it. Just don't know what we're going to do there. Anyway, there's another job for us. Rightio. Well, today we're going to start disassembling this setup. We're going to pull the intake off it, and we're going to see what sort of height we've got between the intake or the heads and the valley to the bonnet with it shut, to see if we're going to be able to fit this setup under it, because there's no point going any further with the old school look if we can't make it fit under the bonnet, because we don't really want to destroy anything on the bonnet. Alright, I'm going to get this intake off and we'll have a bit of a intake off. Just pulled the map sensor, we need that. It's fairly grubby under here, so I'm just going to grab the shop vac, the old Tool Pro shop vac. Brilliant little thing. I'll suck all that shit up, and then we'll clean up the heads around here, and I'll put some tape over them so we don't get anything falling down the ports. Alrighty. Right. So that's off, cleaned up, got all the tape on it, so we don't get any shit down there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut the bonnet, and I'll pull these side covers off. Let's shut the bonnet and do a measurement from the top plate here. Let's have a look under here. I don't know how I'm going to do this and film it at the same time. This is going to be tricky. You might have to give me a second, guys. Just let me see what I can do here. Rightio. The measurement was 220 millimeters. So I went to the front of the bonnet a little bit too. So from about where this hole is down to there, 220 mil, and we have, so the manifold's 122, the throttle body is 47. I don't know about the air filter though. I need to measure the air filter. Let me grab an air filter out and sit it on top of the carburetor. Now we can see it's got a fair bit sticking up, but what we need to remember, on a throttle body we don't have all this sitting up, so we should be able to get the top of the air cleaner down a little bit lower. So let me see if I can get this on here. So it's going to sit up. See, I could probably, depending on, I could actually take this lip here off and get me another 10 mils lower, as long as it fits on top of the intake, the throttle body. But looking at that, where's my tape gone? This is rough, very rough, guys, the way I'm doing it, as in rough guide. So if I go there to the top of that is 50 mil. Geez, you know what? If I got a 2-inch air filter with a lid, I reckon let's say I've got about 107, what did I say? About 170 mil I've got, and we've got 220. So we've got 50 mil clearance, I reckon, to the bonnet. I reckon we might be right. I reckon we might be able to do it. What I should do is stick this in the valley, sitting on something that's making 122 mils, and see if I can make it fit. I might try. Here we go. So what I've done is I've chopped that carby up. If I measure from the base plate to the top of the ridge of the carby, and it looks to me to be about 175 mil. So I'm a bit worried about that hitting, so I've got to be very careful coming down here. But if that clears it, but if I push it down, I've got about 5 mil gap between the top of that all thread to the bonnet, and you can see it's just got to go down a little bit more, but I really don't want to. It's going to go. So that's about it. That's the clearance I got. So let's do something else. Let's put a carby air cleaner on it. Now I've got a 3-inch air cleaner here. I reckon it's going to sit too high, but I do have a 2-inch one there as well. Let's see what that does. Oh, look at that, mate. That's going to fit. That'll nearly fit with a 3-inch in it. Look at that. But if I took that 10 mil out of that air cleaner base, that'll give us even more room. It's going to work. Excellent. Might as well go and order all the parts up and get them here and try it for real. So this is the intake manifold we're looking at. I might get it in all black. I'm not sure if it's going to be dearer. I'll have a look. So that's the intake manifold. Any information, visit site. So that's it. Comes with all the hardware, fuel lines, and I think they're dash 8. Then we'll go down further and have a look at the description. Fits cathedral port head, which is what we have, EFI of course. Does tell us here requires the use of either a 14mm short fuel injector or 3/4 length, so we may have to get a set of injectors for it. We might not be able to use original injectors as well. Yeah, it is what it is. There is a little bit more information somewhere I read. Specifications, let's have a look here. Alright, so here's the information on it. So it tells us part number, of course, the flange, low rise intake manifold, overall height, carb pad to bottom of manifold is 122 mil. So that's what we're looking at there. That's where I get my measurement from. So by doing what I've done, we're about 5 mil higher, and it's going to fit under there. So that's it. I will all go ahead and order that. Now let's see if I have throttle body. Here's a black Aeroflow throttle body, and I'm pretty sure it'll tell us the height of this as well. There it is there. Low profile design for maximum clearance, approximately 47mm height from flange to air filter assembly pad. So that gives us our 170mm, 169mm, and should fit. And with the 2-inch air filter we'll have plenty of space. Righto, let's get it. We just pulled the whole front clip off, got that out of the way. We taped all the edges so we didn't scratch it, which we were successful with. Getting it back on might be a bit different. So we're in the stage of now going to rip the engine and box out of it. Brothers firstly talked me into stripping the firewall back as well and painting that all gloss. We'll go gloss black because that looks all shit hot gloss black, and that's just flat black. So that's a bit fucking dodge, whatever they've done there. Don't like that. So we might have to fix that. So we might pull that off, paint that gloss black. We'll paint that black, and I don't know about that, brother. Just leave that plastic.
No, you paint that too.
Okay. So we'll rip the engine out of it because it's going black as well. So it's going to be all black engine bay. Keep knocking it out. Alrighty. Let's show you fronts out. All apart. Engine's about to come out. It's all undone. Everything's off it. We'll get the crane in here, lift the engine out of it. I think we'll put a new water pump on it because this one's all seized up. Can't even turn it. So I'm going to get a new water pump for it. Oh, I wonder if he wants an electric water pump. Might ask him. Put a new. I'll get one. I'm going to buy a black anodised alternator for it, and we'll get it all out of here. We'll give it a big pressure wash, scuff it all up, and we'll get it painted in. I assume you will want gloss black.
Well, the inner guards are gloss black.
Yeah, it'll look better in gloss black. All right, see how we go. Engine is out. So now that'll do for today. Tomorrow we will pull that box off it and get it on the engine stand, and I'll strip the rest of the gear off it, and then it's going to get a huge pressure wash. I'll hot wash it, and we'll also hot wash this. I'll pull all this harness out of it. I don't want that sitting in there, and I'll pull a booster and that off it. Get it ready for paint. Alrighty, that'll do it for this episode on the HQ Monaro. We'll get it up to the panel shop, and we'll get this engine painted and all the engine bay coated in a gloss black. We'll see how it comes out. Rightio. Well, thanks for coming along and watching. If you haven't subscribed, please jump on and subscribe, hit the bell, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time. Cheers. Rightio, guys. Just want to let you know this weekend coming, which is the 3rd and the 4th of November. Mick and I are heading down to Loose Nats. We're catching up with Heath Madgwick, and Tristan and the boys from Mad Nats, and we're going to kick it with them for the weekend. We'll do a bit of filming. Hopefully we'll get a ride in the car, and we'll check out Loose Nats and get it to you next week. Alrighty. If you're going to Loose Nats, come up and say hello. We'll be taking some merch down. If you want it, you can come and grab it off us. Alrighty. We'll see you there. Cheers.